All right, guys, Traversal ENT back in the building, guys. I'm here with another one. First and foremost, my voice is kind of gone. I got a cold, a bad one, so I might sound different, but it's no biggie. We're still gonna do the video. It is what it is, right? Do the right thing. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the channel growing and beat the algorithms, guys. I'm gonna talk about Anthony Joshua Alexander Usyk. Okay, listen, I've had time to study this fight now. And I'm perplexed, and I understand why Dillian White is perplexed, because I'm perplexed by Anthony Joshua's tactics in this fight. Now, guys, it ain't rocket science. Alexander Usyk did what he was supposed to do. He won. Congratulations to him. But Alexander Usyk is not a threat in the heavyweight division. I'm telling you guys the honest truth. Now, you guys might think, what are you talking about, Traversal? He beat Joshua. You predicted Joshua would win. I predicted Joshua would win if Joshua did what he was supposed to do, which he didn't. He absolutely did not. And I'm going to break down what that is. All right? The truth of the matter is this. Anthony Joshua can beat Alexander Usyk 10 out of 10 times if they fight going forward. But he just has to do what he's supposed to do and not this BS that he's doing. What is it? Explain to me, you guys, how AJ, who is a juggernaut, he's won most of his fights by bulldozing his opponents. We know AJ's a bit of a boxer puncher type thing, but he's bulldozed a lot of his opponents. How does Anthony Joshua come into a boxing match against a smaller guy, lighter guy, faster guy, a better boxer than you, and you decide to employ the strategy of having a chess match against a boxer who's better at boxing than you and faster? Where's the logic in this? Can someone please tell me where the logic is in this? It's like going into a fight against Floyd Mayweather and you decide to try and outbox Floyd. Why would you be so stupid to take a strategy like that? Do you know another thing that stood out to me was how often Rob McCracken would say, "Brilliant, Joshua. Excellent boxing, AJ." He would say that consistently as Joshua went back into the corner. And he would say it mid-round. You could hear him and his team. "Brilliant, Joshua. Brilliant boxing." On the fifth round specifically, you could hear it. And Joshua was behind by quite a bit. I am perplexed that his team can't see that he's losing the fight. And instead of telling him to switch it up and return to what he does best, they're telling him to keep it up. This is what he said, and I quote, "Control everything, Joshua. Control everything. Get in the center of the ring. Control him with the jab. Control him with distance. Control everything, Joshua." He doesn't sound like... I don't know what's wrong with McCracken. I do not know what's wrong with Rob McCracken. But I will say this. There is nothing more that Rob McCracken and that whole camp, that whole team can teach Anthony Joshua to make him better. There's nothing more they can teach him, okay? Anthony Joshua has learnt Rob McCracken's style. He's implemented it. And to be very honest with you, I do not like what it's done to AJ. Why? Because it's turned a vicious fighter in Anthony Joshua, who was a juggernaut. If you watch his reels, you'll see that AJ bulldozes his opponents. He lets shots go, and even if they don't catch you in the face, the violence and the power behind the shots, because Anthony Joshua is very heavy-handed, it causes enough damage to slow his opponents down, and then Joshua cleans them out. He's a vicious, bulldozing type of fighter. There was absolutely none of that in the fight against Usyk. There was no viciousness at all. There was no bulldozing at all. There was no walking Usyk down at all. There was no bully Alexander Usyk. Show him who's the bigger man. Clinching, grab him on a headlock, put your weight on him. Bring none of that. There was none of that. Instead, Joshua decided to do what? Play chess in the center with Usyk and be outboxed because Usyk's faster, gave him angles. And Usyk all had to do just one thing, which is, because Joshua's so predictable with the McCracken style, double jab right hand, well done, Joshua. You think Usyk doesn't know that's how you fight? You're so robotically predictable when you fight this way that all Usyk had to do is every time Joshua's pouring with the jab, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about in a second, Usyk brought down Joshua's lead hand to throw his straight lefts. Every time Joshua would try and measure with a jab, control everything, Joshua, Usyk pulled down Joshua's lead hand, licked him with his own shot. That's how the fight went, guys. And at no point does Anthony Joshua think this is not working. Let me just take this guy out. At no point does Anthony Joshua think this. And he loses his titles like that. You know you're supposed to lose your titles and you know you're free. You left it all in the ring. AJ only did about 10-15% of what we know AJ to do in that fight. It's almost like he didn't fancy the fight. This guy did not try to win the way he's supposed to. Now, people say, oh, credit to Usyk. Absolutely not. I do think Usyk is overrated in the heavyweight division. Listen, when Alexander Usyk fought Derek Chisora, Derek gave you the blueprint on how to beat Usyk. Usyk does not like pressure from a heavyweight. Usyk does not like a heavyweight to bully him and pull his head down. And the minute Joshua did do that, Usyk complained. Well, guess what? Keep doing it. Usyk don't like it, keep doing it. The ref didn't tell you off. Keep doing it. Usyk's gonna lose concentration, knock him the hell out. Keep doing it. I've seen Dillian White grab opponents that he was bigger than in the center of the ring, grab them, lock their arms, walk them all the way to the ropes, lean on them, yeah, to signify that I'm bullying you in this fight. It's not the other way round. All right? That does a lot for a fighter when you do that. Yeah? It tells the opponent that he's in for a long night. Now, Usyk hates stuff like that. Anthony Joshua could have very easily walked Usyk down to the corners, pin him in the corner and tee off on him, and the fight would have been over. The minute Usyk felt any of Joshua's shots, he didn't want it. But Joshua didn't really let his hands go like that. He tried to play chess against a boxer. What an idiot strategy. Loyalty in boxing will get you, it won't get you far. It won't get you far. Salute Tyson Fury for going with Sugar Hill because it's added stuff to his game. He understood that against a fighter like Wilder, I can't be passive in there. I've got to go in there to beat this guy up. If Joshua went in there to beat up Usyk, the fight wouldn't have gone 5 rounds. Joshua would have cleaned him out. But Joshua went in there to be passive and to be chess matching a boxer. Now, I noticed this problem with Joshua when he fought, not when he fought Ruiz, because with different guys you employ different tactics. Ruiz is too short. So trying to bulldoze Ruiz, who's got super fast hands, he'll catch you on the counter. It made sense for Joshua to fight Ruiz the way he did in the rematch. But when Joshua fought Pulev, I realized he's now adopted a passive way of fighting. He wants to be a polished boxer. But by doing that, you are giving up that viciousness, that ruthlessness, and that bulldozer style that you had that used to get guys out of there. Do you realize that if Joshua fought some of his opponents, previous opponents, in the same passive way, he would lose those fights today? The reason why he won some of those fights is because he was ruthless, vicious. Rob McCracken needs to go. Anthony Joshua will not win a rematch if he employs the same tactics. No, he won't. Anthony Joshua cannot win a fight against Tyson Fury fighting passively like that. Anthony Joshua would get knocked the hell out by Deontay Wilder if he fought like that. Anthony Joshua did not even look like a problem. He didn't look. He was looking at him thinking, "You're the heavyweight champion." He didn't look better to me than he has in his previous fights. What is this style that Rob's got you doing? Guys, it's very, very baffling. It's very baffling. Usyk can be beaten very easily. I think Usyk's going to get knocked out when he fights certain fighters. I would personally love to see Usyk fight Dillian White because I guarantee you Usyk's going to sleep in that fight. My personal opinion, all right? Look at the fight with Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin, the rematch. This is a guy that's coming to take your head off. Do you think Usyk would have survived an onslaught like that if Joshua had brought that to Usyk? Absolutely not. And guys, here's a shocker in case you think I'm talking rubbish. Anthony Joshua did not land one uppercut in the Usyk fight. And that's Joshua's signature punch. Not one uppercut. He did not walk Usyk down to the ropes not once. He did not clinch Usyk properly once. He did not fight long. I know you want to adopt maybe a Vladimir Klitschko fight, but he didn't fight long. He fought short. Foolishness. Now, I will say this. I did a video once, right? 2 videos. One that was called The Ghost Haunts Them All, and one that I'm not sure if I left it on, I'll double check. But it's where Joshua admits and he confesses that he struggles against shorter fighters of different weight classes when he spars them. When he spars guys that are a weight class below him or two, just to practice on his boxing, he struggles with those guys. Anthony Joshua admitted this on an interview. Now, I know for a fact Usyk saw that interview where Joshua was admitting that he struggles against shorter, smaller fighters who are quicker than him. He struggles with that. That's Joshua's style that he hates. Now, if you struggle with a style like that, don't try now. Box it, clean it up. Just beat him up. Bully him. Beat him up. That's what you got to do. Don't try and outbox it. Last thing I'll say is about Joshua's jab. Recently, especially in the Usyk fight, Joshua has one of the worst jabs I've seen in boxing. I'll tell you why. Let's compare his jab with Dillian White's jab. When Dillian White throws a jab, it's pretty much a power shot. The jabs are devastating. He puts power behind those jabs. Bam! He's not looking to throw two. Sometimes he just throws one, but they're vicious. They cause maximum damage. The guy gets bust up when he throws them jabs. Go and see Lucas Brown's face. Go and see what the jab was doing to Joseph Parker. Go and see what the jab was doing to Oscar Rivas. Go and see what the jab was doing to Povetkin on even both fights. Dillian White's jab is a power shot. Joshua throws a jab as a stay busy thing. He doesn't throw it with any venom in it. All right? Joshua's jab is like a pity pat jab. It's just for measuring distance. It's for control. And it's a stay busy jab. There's no venom behind it. So when he throws double jab right hand, he's the most predictable guy in boxing with that style. It's an ugly style. He got his tactics so wrong. But you know, you're a fighter. You would think if your tactics are wrong and you're losing the fight, flipping clean the guy up. I don't want to swear, guys. Go in there and do your job on him. No, not AJ. Because his corners are telling him, brilliant, Joshua. Brilliant, Joshua. Get rid of Rob McCracken. Get rid of Rob McCracken. All right? He can't teach you anymore. If you do not get rid of Rob McCracken and you keep up this pathetic style that you demonstrated and lost all your belts for, you're pretty much done, AJ. Because you will not even beat a Dillian White in the rematch with that specific style. No way. It was embarrassing to watch. It's an absolute joke. I'm done. Guys, subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below for the algorithms. Even if you agree, I want to leave a comment down there. We need to beat the algorithms. The YouTube algorithms are mofo, and we want to beat that, yeah? So, Traversal ENT, I'm done. There's nothing more to say. AJ got his tactics so wrong. He can beat Usyk very easily. This was supposed to be a mismatch, and AJ made it one of the hardest fights of his life by acting stupid and following dumb instructions from imbeciles that work his corner. Yeah? Rob McCracken, your time's done. AJ, get rid of him or say bye-bye to boxing. It's as simple as that, mate.